Now that the men are gone, girl, this guy said to me, I like you so much. He actually said, I'm addicted to you. I like you so much. I just wish you were nicer to me. That's like the biggest compliment. It's nothing nice to say, but it was sweet.
This is how I know that men are energy vampires, because tell me why as soon as me and my ex broke up, my professional life has completely leveled up. My skin is clearer, I'm sleeping better, I haven't cried in weeks. Like, that man was really dragging me down. Holy shit.
This may trigger some of you, but I'm going to say it. A man will sacrifice his happiness for his marriage, but a woman will sacrifice her marriage for her happiness.
I get why the women might be struggling, because there's actually things we got to afford. What are you doing?
How ignorant can one person be, bro? To her point, we don't have to buy menstrual products and we're not to the same beauty standard that would cause us to buy makeup and a whole bunch of other things that girls buy. They think we're just some sort of different species that just doesn't have to buy and can be broke. What the f, man?
Every man needs to cheat on his girlfriend at least once. And I know it sounds crazy.
You're right. That does sound crazy. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, if I drop a fork, do you think I could just like give you table? Like, is that okay?
Nah, everyone would see this.
No one's gonna know. I mean, like, we're in a corner. Like, no one would. All right, if you get the check right now, I'll give you right now. Like in the car, like on the way home. Like, I'll do it right now.
No.
But like.
No.
All right, then I'll give our waiter. Are you sure you're not?
No.
Another day and another way to bash on men. Honestly, if you're in a relationship and you don't think that relationships up until and including marriage don't take work, compromise, communication, then you really shouldn't be in a relationship in the first place.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
I'd rather be the third wheel or the fifth wheel or the seventh wheel than show up to a birthday of one of my friends and have the dude I'm with complain about how much money he had to spend at the event, because none of the other dudes at the event are complaining. And I'm sure not gonna be the only one to be there with a broke dude. So, you know what? I'd rather just stay alone.
Stop dating ugly women. Like, I don't want to sound rude, but ugly women are always the ones with the most audacity, right? Like, you give them a chance and then suddenly they just think that they rule the universe, that they could just act like pieces of shit and cheat on you and choose you as like nothing but an option. So just stop giving ugly women a chance. It's obvious. Hello.
I have a question for everyone that lives in Austin, Texas. Specifically the men that live in Austin, Texas. Why the are you not going up to girls and approaching them anymore? Why is your favorite activity to just sit and stare at a girl like this? You're glitched, like you're loading. I spent the last 2 years of my college studying abroad in France, where the men would just come up to you on the street and propose. To go from that level of attention to coming back to Austin and having men that are so feminine that they won't even approach you at a bar unless they're blackout drunk was an insane culture shock. I can't go from men coming up and asking me to marry them to this in Austin. So let me know which dating app I should get on, because apparently I can't meet anyone here in real life in Austin. Hinge is way too basic. Everyone complains about it. It is not good anymore. Poppy is the only other app that I've heard good things about, but I've been waiting 3 weeks for an access code, by the way. Do I keep waiting? What do I do? Because I'm trying to find the love of my life out here.
How tall are you?
5'7" and 3/4.
What size dress do you wear?
4.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed in?
137.
If you had to rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 and you can't use 7, face only, no hair extensions, your natural hair, your natural face, what would you give yourself?
Interesting. 8.
Nope.
No?
No. Beyonce's an 8. Kelly Rowland's a 9. You give yourself Beyonce looks?
Based off of what men have told me, they have said I'm a 9. You probably,
I saw you pop up. I saw you pop up.
Yeah, I just came from the gym, so I look rough.
Beauty is beauty. I'm an image consultant.
Okay.
I'm not here to hurt feelings, but it's just not, no.
Dating as a demigirl is just weird because I keep watching the age of the men that I'm attracted to go up because I'm realizing that the older the man, the more emotionally mature, ideally, most of the time. But when I first started on Hinge, I was for sure going more men my age. The first man that got a date was 34, which makes sense because, like, the men my age aren't super emotionally mature. He was not emotionally mature enough for me either. But as I keep dating and as I keep going up and up and up, now I'm starting to see men that are like 38 as attractive, and I used to think that was way too old. Like, even when I went out with a 34-year-old, I was like, why do you want to go out with a 28-year-old? It's kind of weird, but maybe it's not so weird because now I'm like, no, a 38-year-old's actually kind of like on my level. That's who I'm attracted to now. The reality is my psyche is forming an emotional attachment to this man, not a physical attachment to this man. And I've gone out with a lot of men under 35 and they've all treated me pretty poorly except for one who got to stick around for a couple of months, but he was not like as established as a 38-year-old man, right? 38-year-old men are more likely to be emotionally mature and are more likely to be financially established. So that's like automatically, when I see a man that's attractive and I look up his age, for sure closer to 40 now.
Women tend to pull away from the best men because they cannot handle what it takes to be in a relationship with him. Even though he is super attractive and he's a good person, what she needs to understand is the best thing that she can do is be able to handle the truth, because a man who is interested in you and he likes you and he's falling for you, he's gonna let you know what's up. I don't think that men are trying to come across as a-holes or dickheads, sorry to say that word. I just think when they're telling you the truth, it's to help you become a better version of yourself instead of them lying to you so that you can be comfortable. If you're comfortable, there is no growth. It is hard to take accountability because you're going to be uncomfortable, but it's better to look at reality rather than running away from it.
Any of you guys are watching, let me ask you a question. You have all had a girlfriend or a girl that you dated, and while you were dating her, other guys checked her out at the gym. Other guys checked her out while you guys were walking together. Other guys checked her out while you guys were walking into a venue or a restaurant. Did she apologize to you? Did she go, oh, baby, I'm sorry that those guys are looking at me? No, because she's a woman. She doesn't feel that she needs to apologize to you for being attractive. But I have never seen anything worse. Every time that there's a guy who comes to us who's married and he's like, I'm having problems in my marriage, I always go over this. I'm like, did women ever flirt with you in front of your wife? It's like, yeah, and I had to apologize to her.
Isn't that toxic?
I don't care, honestly. Never apologize for being attractive to the opposite sex. I'm not telling you to flirt with other women in front of your girlfriend. That's bad. You're being deceitful there. I wouldn't tell you to do that. I'm not telling you to go cheat on your wife. What I'm telling you is that if other women come up and they clearly are attracted to you, you don't need to apologize to your wife from that. But men do this frequently, or they avoid those women altogether. And when they're doing so, whose frame are you in? You're in a relationship where generally in most heterosexual man-woman relationships, men lead. You're in a relationship where you're supposed to lead and you're losing your frame to her because she doesn't like the fact that other women flirt with you? No. You want a healthy relationship. Your woman needs to know other women find you attractive, period.
You know what irritates me? You can be having a really day and here come an ugly man telling you that you need to smile.
You're mad because he's looking out for you. He sees that you're in a bad mood, you're having a bad time, and instead of just leaving you there to just drown in your misery, he's like, you know what? I'm going to try to make her smile, or I'm going to tell her to smile a little bit more, and you think that that's a bad thing. Do you guys ever think before you open your mouths? Because I can't understand how a nice person is a bad person. Because he's trying to be a nice person towards you. Now you're taking it even further by calling him ugly. You're not in any position to be calling anybody ugly. Just so you know. I for the day for guys to just leave y'all stupid and delusional alone.
So y'all know that I already don't trust men, and one of my biggest icks when I'm talking to a new guy is if I'm scrolling on my Instagram feed and I see his little profile pic floating underneath a hot girl's picture, then I click on her profile and she's not even following him, and we're not exclusive yet, and he's a single guy, he can do whatever he wants, but I will still bring it up because I never want to be caught in a situation married or dating a guy who's liking other girls' pictures. And I've seen a lot of married men and men in relationships liking my posts. I know that they're out there, and I know that there are a lot of them. And it's funny because every time I ask a guy about this, it's always the same spiel I get about how he likes everything on his feed, how he follows everyone back that follows him. And I'm just like, this girl does not follow you. And he's like, oh, I didn't realize she unfollowed me, right? Like, it's always the same thing. And I find this extremely funny because you're willing to fumble the bag with me, who you barely got in the first place. This like ties along with the fact that men have kind of lost the art of pursuing. I think they're scared of rejection or scared it's not going to work out with one girl. So then they have to be like entertaining or trying to like shoot their shot at multiple girls at the same time. And like, for me, I don't come from this generation of dating, and I've always been like a serial monogamist, and I don't know, everyone keeps telling me like you need a roster, and I'm just like, I can't. I don't know how to have a roster. I don't even find one person interesting enough to like talk to, let alone do I have time to entertain multiple men. And it doesn't stem from insecurity, like genuinely it doesn't. It's not jealousy. What it is, I never want to be that girl who other girls are talking about and being like, oh my God, her man likes my pictures all the time. Like, no.
Also do. I keep my age and location private.
Well, the location doesn't really matter, but why the age?
Well, because I already show everything online, I can keep some things private.
So we can move the show along. Can you just share your age, please?
I don't share it.
Why not?
Yo, I am telling you, they are special, and it's not in a good way, okay? So the thing you're supposed to be keeping private is the thing that you're allowing everybody to see. And then you're gonna say, you don't want them knowing your age because that should be private. No, I can get your location being private, but your age, girl, really? Your age? They are backwards as your crotch, lady, is what you should be keeping private, not your age. How? How are they not embarrassed to be this stupid? If I was that stupid, I wouldn't open my mouth and say a damn thing.
Honestly, I think there is a huge untapped opening right now for straight men who want to experience loving relationships with women. Like, there's never actually been a greater opportunity for you to have the kind of relationship full of love and connection and joy that you want to have, that most of us want to have as humans. It just requires you to take a couple extra steps. Like, yes, there is a lot of discourse online right now about how women don't need men, women are decentering men because we don't need them financially or logistically to create the lives that we want to create for ourselves. And yet, a lot of women still desire healthy, loving, reciprocal partnership. A lot of women still do desire to build a family and create a life with somebody, but they're only willing to do that with a partner who's actually a match for them, who's actually an equal, and not a partner who is lagging so far behind in the growth gap that it feels like, now I'm just your mom. And all women are asking men to do is the same work that we've been doing. To go to therapy, to build some self-awareness, to build some emotional intelligence and relational skills, improve your communication. Like, these are not things that are selfish of us to ask. It's actually for your benefit to learn these very basic relational human skills. And when you do, your pick of women that you could be in relationship will expand exponentially because you'll be competing with men who are refusing to do that work. Right now, you're just competing with her solitude. Like, she's built a life for herself that is pretty awesome, dude, and she meets all her needs, and she has community, she has amazing friendships, she travels, she experiences joy and play on the regular. And if you want to be a part of that, there's just some things you have to do to step up your emotional intelligence game. It's very, very possible. It's very, very doable. I feel like we're often hearing from the very polarized camps of like the men who are already there, who have already done that work, or the men who are like on the incel side of things and very anti-woman. I want to speak to the people in the middle, the women who are not like anti-man, they just want a man who steps up and does his own inner work and takes accountability. And I want to talk to the men who are maybe at the beginning stages of that journey and pursuing this kind of work. Like, what questions do you have? What do you want to know? Drop it in the comments. Let's have a conversation.
You know, a lot of these women describe the type of man that they want. They run across that man, and you know, just find out that I guess he's not the one for her. So they get on these apps and they tell these stories, man. And you'd be like, okay, so he seems like a nice guy. What happened to him? Oh, well, we didn't work out. Why not? And they'll give some type of obscure reason why. It's just, oh, well, you know, he had a cat, I had a dog. It would have never worked out. Why? Modern women, they think there's something better out there, and they keep going and they keep going and they keep going until they realize, oh shoot, I think I've come to the end of my options. And they do the same thing on dating apps. They just swipe. Oh, he's 6 feet. Let's see if I can find him rich. Swipe. Oh, he's rich. Let me see if I can find somebody that looks like he 6-pack, like a fitness. Swipe. Oh, he's got a 6-pack. Oh man, let me see if I can find somebody that doesn't wear a hat. Oh, swipes. Oh, he wears a hat. Oh, he's not wearing a hat now. Perfect. Let me see if I can find somebody with blue eyes. Swipe. So even though you get the things that you want, modern women continue to swipe. They continue to pass these types of men up, looking for the ultimate man. You didn't already pass them 10,000 swipes ago.
Growth in marriage is realizing your spouse isn't the only one who needs to change. It is so easy to point fingers and think, if he would just do this differently, we'd be good. But real love means turning the mirror back on yourself too. Ask yourself, how am I showing up? Am I bringing patience? Am I listening or just waiting to talk? Am I giving the same grace I expect? Marriage isn't about just one perfect person and one fixer. It's about two people willing to grow, even when it's uncomfortable. When both people can take ownership, that's when the relationship starts to shift in ways you'd never imagine. So instead of waiting for your spouse to change, start with you. That's where breakthrough begins.
I'm going to try to say this without, like the algorithm flagging my... So this lady caught herself getting involved with a guy in prison. Like, it wasn't like she hooked up with him and then he went to prison. Homeboy was already in prison when she decided to get in the bathroom and then get pregnant by a dude who's in prison for God knows what. And all I can think about is your standards that gutter trash. Like, your standards in men is so deep in the very pits of that even the devil himself is like, God. So you really don't have options, right? You settle for a dude who's already in jail. I don't know what's worse. The fact that you got dumped in the bathroom by a dude who's in jail, who don't want to do with you, and now you're pregnant, and he can't even take care of it. You couldn't even put him on child support because he's an inmate making slave wages. I don't know what's worse, her or the chick who slept with a disabled dude, a special ed dude with a micro weed, and then caught herself trying to be on, Al Gore's internet talk. And I'm gonna have to echo the sentiments of my good mutual. So regular dudes didn't want you. You weren't pretty enough to pull a regular dude. So you pulled a special ed dude and then thought it was a flex to talk about him. You weren't good enough for a regular dude, so you had to settle for a special ed dude. So she wasn't good enough for a dude who's walking around free that doesn't have a criminal record, so she had to settle for an inmate. The inmate, in turn, played in her face after she got pregnant. Ladies, y'all prove every day you have no standards, you have no morals, and y'all want to sit there and talk about the men? Gentlemen, I am so sorry for the pie comment. You do have standards. I apologize for the pie reference. Do you forgive me? I'm sorry. You do have standards. You do have limits. Because when women gotta settle for getting with an inmate and getting in the bathroom or getting with a special ed dude, you do have standards. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm sorry.
If you're a woman, men are never gonna like you.
Well, okay then. Someone on the internet said it, so it must be true. But extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So let's see what they've got to say.
Men are highly incentivized by the patriarchy to hate women.
Not off to a great start.
Men get a lot of perks by the patriarchy when they can prove how much they dislike women and they cannot stand women.
And gentlemen, for those of you watching this video, would you be so kind as to list the perks that the patriarchy hands out for despising women? I'm really curious to see what they are.
But simultaneously, they need to perform for the patriarchy to show that they can obtain and have a woman to be able to extract her for her labor, because it is a sign of them having value.
Why do they keep referring to the patriarchy as if it's some kind of sentient entity?
This is why men can marry you and be in a relationship with you and still hate your guts. As women, we have to quit waiting until men fully display that they hate you with a very strong action before you realize that they actually can't stand you.
It's really sad how some individuals make hating another group of people quite literally their entire personality.
Women's delusion is the most dangerous thing to themselves. It is almost a form of self-annihilation to do what she just did. I wonder how her friendship group is set up. Who are the people around her? And this is why I don't really do the sisterhood. I'm gonna be real. Because women coddle each other's BS, women lie to each other, women pretend, women are self-soothing and just trying to cope with their failures. They don't ever want to really face life, face the truth. Hence why someone can come on a show overweight and say they want a man that looks nothing like them. How does that happen? How do we get there? I really want the best for women. So I get very saddened by the fact that we are willing to on hills that don't serve us. Exhibit A, right? You want something, life is reciprocal. It's delusional, and it's actually just wrong to ask of a man who takes care of himself and works hard, yet you don't take care of yourself and work hard. That is not fair. Because I guarantee you, when you now enter a relationship like that, it will be proven in actually the function, how the relationship functions. Because she has already proven to be selfish. I want to have my cake and eat it too. I don't like that today's society is preaching Delulu is the Sulu. Be delusional. You can have it all. And that's what women tell each other. And it keeps them at a very... It keeps them from getting what they actually want, attracting what they want. And it actually enables more men. Because you're lying to yourself. Sometimes these men, they go for the easiest targets, guys. There is a point where we have to take accountability that you're getting played consistently. These men keep coming to you. Why do you think that is? Because you delude yourself. You lie to yourself. So therefore, you're lying about what you're even witnessing within that man. Prevention is better than cure. That's why I'm having these conversations, because someone needs to say it. Don't shoot the villain. I will be the villain. You are not born God's gift. We all have issues, flaws, come from homes where there's work that needs to be done. You're gonna need to reparent yourself. You're gonna need to take an honest look in the mirror. Help yourself. No one else can do that for you. And don't listen to your friends. I'm gonna be real. You know what's best for you. You know what is best for you. I'm so, this is disheartening, because seeing stuff like this, it's like you don't realize over time what that does to someone's psyche, to put themselves on this show and delude themselves. It's so damaging that these conversations, I wish they were had more. I wish there were more spaces where women were willing to challenge their culture. Their culture.
We have a 50+% divorce rate in this country, right?
Right.
8 out of 10 divorces in the black community are filed by who?
The woman?
Black women. 8 out of 10. So 1 in 4 black women can ever expect to be married, but 8 out of 10 black women are walking away from their marriages. If you simply took away the ability to have file no fault divorce and just remove women's ability to walk in and out of marriages frivolously, you could increase the marital rate. Men want relationship. Men would prefer to be married. It's you guys who can't seem to figure it out. You're never content. It's always something ain't right. Something ain't right. And I'm being facetious, but every other race of women in this Western country has never done this. They've never separated and say, we don't need our man. That's why you're the most uncovered, the most unprotected. And then the very men you need, you don't know, you don't understand. And there are far too many look at men, black men, with a low level of contempt and disrespect. Like it or not, sis, you threw away your men. You threw them away. And even now, with all the education and all the knowledge, you're the freest you've ever been, the most enlightened, most intelligent, and you still are not going back to get your men. You're expecting the men to come to you.
Gray sweatpant and flannel season has arrived. My husband walked through the house yesterday, and I actually had to cover my mouth before I said something I cannot say in front of our children. Sir, please, I am a mother. Anyway, anyone else just love when their husband is being a man? He'll go out to his truck, stand beside it, staring off into the distance, like the land is telling him secrets. No one knows what he's thinking about. Probably dinner. But I'm over here losing oxygen. Then there's backing up the trailer. If you know, you know. He does it in one smooth motion. No stopping, no starting over. He just summons the geometry of the universe with his wrist. Meanwhile, I have to mute music and pray to just back out the driveway. And don't even get me started on this man in equipment. Tractor season comes and suddenly I am the weak lead in a Southern romance film. He climbs up there, one hand on the wheel, the other on his thigh. Like God himself said, let's make this difficult for her. And I'm just standing there watching him, trying to remember how to blink. Then he hops down, wipes his hands on his jeans, gives me that little chin lift like, yeah, that's done. Okay, well, now I have to go fold laundry before I start our family expansion pack.
First off, after your divorce, did you get any therapy?
Yes.
All right. Why did you and your first husband divorce? Who filed for 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 divorce?
Can't necessarily.
Who filed for divorce?
I did.
Thank you. It's not a very hard question. You filed for divorce. You picked him. You married him. You picked him and you filed for divorce. Like I said, again, you can't make this. You didn't pick the right the first time. You should have been picking somebody without a job, getting married, and then you wrecked your own home. You left a man who didn't have a job. You knew what he was. I don't care. God damn. Okay. This is what I mean. This is why I say college educated, independent, earner, making these kind of decisions, you're better off if a man be able to direct you. But this is the first go around. You said you had therapy. If you work the program process, you should be making better decisions afterwards. And now you're in a relationship for 4 years and you still ain't married. The only common denominator in all this chaos is you. The man doesn't want to marry you. Now, it's either one of two things. One, does he want to get married? Are you a wife? A man who wants to get married, they snap women up who are wives like this. Women who are truly wives, men rush to pull them off the market.
Trust and believe. I've been proposed to several times. I feel the same.
That did not make your case any better.
Husbands, if you want your wife in that soft touch your husband headspace that I talk so much about, start here. When you walk in the door after work, go to her first. Hug her. Kiss her. Connection before anything else. Do not go straight to the couch or shower. Give her a couple of minutes of your undivided attention. Then ask her how her day was and actually listen. Not just what happened, but how she is. That right there will tell you the tone of the rest of the evening. My husband will say, how can I help you right now? Or what can I do to take something off of your plate? And I know most women are going to say, shouldn't he just know? But when you are married to someone that already has a plan or likes things done a certain way, asking isn't clueless. It's respectful. It shows we are operating as a team. Look around, be aware. If toys are everywhere or bedtime is happening, jump in. If she is still in motion, it is not time for you to tap out. Preheat her heated blanket for her. Take over bedtime so she can shower. Suggest bringing home takeout, but make sure she hasn't started cooking dinner already. Wake up with the kids the next day so she can get a little more rest. Offer to take one of the grocery trip runs for the week. Turn on her show when she sits down. Plan a kids in bed at home date night. Women do not need perfect. We need presence. When she feels seen and supported, that woman is going to touch her husband happily and often.
So let me get this straight. When a bitter baby mom decides to drag her baby daddy into the court system, that man is expected to show his tax records, his pay stubs. He's required to have like a long-term job. He sometimes might even be subjected to drug testing, stuff to prove that he's a good parent. He has to like prove his worth to the courts. Meanwhile, the baby moms get to sit there and say, oh, well, I haven't really been working. What do you mean you haven't been working? Or, oh, I have like a few side jobs here and there because I'm expecting him to pay. Being a baby mom is not a job. Let me say that again. Being a baby mom is not a job. Imagine claiming that you want to take the best care of your children and you refuse to get anything other than a part-time job because you're waiting for a handout from your baby daddy. Because what do you mean you can't find work? But if dad loses his job, now he's a deadbeat loser and can't afford his household, so then you take even more time from him. Oh, wait, and also if he gets that promotion, you're going to send him back to court to get more money. Someone make it make sense. And get this. The best part about it is that mom is never subjected to any kind of alcoholism class or drug testing. The courts might even give her a couple chances to clean up her act so her kids don't get taken away from her. So she'll get chance after chance after chance. But that man misses one child support payment because he lost his job. Now he's losing his license. He's unable to get to said job in the first place. And now, he's a deadbeat loser and his child support is behind. We live in a world where these women think that being a baby mom is a job because they think that because they may have been a stay-at-home mom while they were married, that expectation is supposed to continue even after a divorce. And the real question is how much do these mothers really care about their children if their only goal in life is to make it difficult for the fathers? Their only goal in life is to destabilize him so much that he's broke and looks like a loser, and his own kids eventually resent him because she twists it to make it seem like she's providing all of this because the kids don't understand that he's paying her way. Because mom is never going to say, oh, I can only afford this because your dad pays me. I can only do X, Y, Z because your dad pays child support. You have all of the things that you have because dad has stepped up when I'm unemployed. And the reason that the majority of these women won't even acknowledge their baby fathers as the people that support their lifestyle is because they don't want to admit that they're failures to their children, because the only way that they feel good about themselves is through their children. The only way they feel good about themselves is through motherhood because they have nothing else going for them. And the only way that they look good as mothers is by dragging down the fathers. Okay, bye.
I think some of these women are asking, where are all the good men at? What are men up to? And men, it used to be acceptable to have a woman as part of your routine. Might go to the gym, I might go to work, I might go to church, might be shopping, and I'm keeping my eyes peeled to see if I can find a woman that I like, to see if I can find a woman that I want to settle down with. Oh, she's cute. It might not work out, but that's how you would be shooting your shot. Right? I would go through a relationship and we would date, and I would say, hey, why don't we go out? You complain about men not asking you out anymore. That's how you get asked out. You're a regular part of what I'm looking for. I'm scanning. Oh, I see some milk. Oh, I also see a fine lady right here. And then I go up to the milk and I kind of, hey, how you doing? Oh, how you doing? And women were pleasant. Women were, even if they didn't like you, they were pleasant. They were not, oh, no, well, I'm married or no, whatever it might be. They treated you like you're a human. Oh, have a good night, miss. And that would be it. That would be it. Right? But nowadays, modern women, they wonder why they're not getting asked out, because a man has shut off his scanner, his female. I shut that off. I don't even pay attention to these women anymore. Go in there, I see a beautiful, I register, she's beautiful, but the scanner says, acknowledge her beauty, ignore. Acknowledge her beauty, milk, eggs, butter, and go back to what I was doing. Well, it seemed like we was vibing. Why come he didn't come up and say anything to me? It seemed like, yeah, he liked me, I like him. You're reading it correctly. He did like you. But what he don't like is the potential backlash from coming over there and talking to you. So maybe there's something that you can do. I don't want to feel like I'm chasing. You don't have to chase. You just have to make it to where, for sure, it's safe for him to come over and talk to you. Well, what does that look like? I don't know. Maybe you can think of that because you're a smart woman. You're successful. You're an entrepreneur. You can problem solve. Maybe instead of asking, why don't men approach, you can start asking, why am I not getting approached? You know what? Let me try this. See, a lot of modern women like men to fail, like men to get rejected over and over again and just keep on doing it. But they don't like to try. They just want a man to try anyway. So I know that you're competent. Just try this, try that. And whatever works, you bring it to me and I'll get married to you because you'd already done the work. Well, I'm finished now. What did you learn from what you've been doing out here? Oh, well, nothing, because I just sat here in my feminine. So you didn't really do any work. So basically, I'm competent now as a man and I'm bringing you on my team. So I have to drag you around with your feet on my dash. Pass.